Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Senator, Representative, both of you, thank you for being here today, and for the board, thank you for your service, each of you, in a very special way served this state. And Raymond, thank you for your leadership at the coordinating board. This is a very vital conversation that we're having, and it's vital because higher education remains in flux in the state of Texas. We live in a very fast-moving world. We live in a world where we seem to find ourselves at a crossroads often, deciding which direction we're going to go as a state, and that's a good thing. I mean, the challenges that we face are good challenges. Judith and I were just talking about the idea of that many young people who a decade ago didn't think they could go to college, and because of the work that she and her colleagues have done together, and I mean, one of the great legacies that you are building, and for years to go as well, for young men and women who are seeing their lives changed because of the work that you all are collectively doing, and this very ever-evolving economy that we find ourselves in. You know, we must be, as Fred said, better prepared in this high-tech world and for the jobs that are required at present and in the future. And technology is changing higher ed. I mean, it's the same way that it's changing everything. You know, the idea that 5 years ago, you know, a cell phone was for making a phone call. And now, a short 5 years later, you know, Steve Jobs and the people at Apple, amongst some other companies, they took a chance on an opportunity. And they went to work on this technology. And now your phone has become this incredibly powerful computer capable of reaching all parts of the world, of snapping pictures, of shooting video, of sending tweets and emails, and even processing credit card purchases, Janelle. I know that I outed you on that one. But that's the comparable here. And technology has become so powerful and more affordable. Just think about the cost differential between what that computer would have cost 5 years ago and what it costs today. It's these types of innovation. It's this type of risk-taking that has created some of the most thoughtful and life-changing technologies of our time. And it's this approach I'm asking our institutions of higher learning to adopt, the type of approach that will get us where we need to go with higher education in Texas. And I'm proud to say that we are on the right track, Raymond. My EDU is a very innovative tool. It's already out there, utilized by students who want to find multiple aspects of their academic career, you know, class selection, degree planning, locating a necessary course, even if it's offered at another location, maybe at a different institution, but helping them get finished in a timely fashion, in an affordable fashion. Now, this fall, Western Governors University of Texas is going to graduate its first class since its creation last summer. So I want to say thank you for the work that you all have done there. It's allowing, WGU Texas is allowing these students to advance at their own pace, at their own time, utilizes a competency-based approach that gives students credit for skills that they already have mastered and lessons that they've already learned. And this cuts the time in school significantly, preserves both quality and value of that degree that they are earning. It's the same approach, Dan, that we took last session of the legislature with the College Credit for Heroes program. That was geared specifically to our veterans and allowing them college course credits for skills that they had already learned, already been trained up on, while they were members of the United States military. And it's an approach that I believe that Texans should be able to benefit from, not just the veterans, but all of our citizens. And that is why I'm encouraging more of our higher education institutions to consider a competency-based model as they look for ways to increase their graduation rates, make tuition more affordable. It's through innovation and approaches like these that universities can meet their responsibility of educating the next generation of Texans without sacrificing one iota of quality that's made our education system a beacon for researchers and students from around the world. Judith, this is an aside. Day before yesterday, I was at Methodist Hospital in Houston, and researchers that we've been able to attract from across the world because of what the senator and her colleagues have put into place over the course of the last decade. I mean, just a fascinating, that whole medical center and the researchers and the doctors and the nurses and the technicians that go to work there, more than any other place in the world every day, is a great reflection of our state's just unrelenting pursuit for excellence. Yesterday I was at Angelo State in San Angelo, and as that university became the latest to announce a bachelor's degree program in interdisciplinary studies that will cost $10,000. One of the first to offer a full 4-year degree on a single campus across a variety of disciplines. Now, nearly 2 years ago, when I issued that challenge to universities to create such a program, there was no shortage of those who insisted it couldn't be done. Yesterday's announcement makes it 10 such programs, with more in development. This can be done. And judging by recent indications, we need all the innovation and the creativity we can muster to meet this growing demand for affordable, quality education. Last week, I believe, we got some really welcome news. SAT participation over the last 5 years had increased substantially, particularly in our minority communities. We saw a 65% increase in our Hispanic students who are taking the SAT. We saw a 42% increase amongst our African American students who are taking the SAT. I mean, those are incredible numbers. And I jokingly said, you know, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't just they didn't have anything else to do on that Saturday. Then I think I'll go take the SAT. It's because they have a dream. They have been told time and time again, Senator, and I can't say how many times I've been in meetings with you when you've looked at the young men and young women in that audience and talked to them, young high schoolers who a decade ago, not a chance that they'd be able to access our universities, or that they could do that. They've been told for too many years, that's not for you. That's how you change the world. And I want to say thanks to each of you for being a part of that. Many legislators, not just here, but in our collective sphere, can attest to the fact that the state has taken substantial initiative in the past years so that those students can reach their goals. But beyond our efforts, there's this growing realization among today's students that they're going to need more than just a high school degree to be competitive in this global economy that we live in. So more and more young Texans of all backgrounds are thinking of college as this very vital component of their personal success, and they're taking the active steps to make that become a reality. So as state officials, we must do everything we can to remove roadblocks, hurdles, allow them to pursue their success. That's why I'm calling for this 4-year freeze on tuition. That young student going in the freshman year, they know that if they finish that degree in 4 years, here's what tuition is going to cost. Now, you know, they fool around and it takes 5 years, there's a chance that's going to cost more. But giving families cost certainty, and also just that's a good incentive for them to really get focused. And obviously, we haven't done a good enough job on that. Less than 30% of our students graduate in 4 years. I think it's 58% of them get their degrees in 6 years, and that's just clearly not good enough. That's why we also need to link a portion of the cash payment that go to the universities. It's one of the things that you all had worked on and hashed the numbers out. A portion of the money goes to the universities based on if they meet their goals of graduating those students on time. Yeah, pretty simple. If you want as much funding for the next school year, graduate your students. We're also going to make students have a clear picture of how much is at stake when it comes to graduating on time, requiring universities to inform students how much they'll spend on their degrees if they graduate in 4 years, or if they take longer than that, and the cost is going to the cost for those students. Implementing these measures is going to meet the growing demand for higher education in a way that provides encouragement for students to complete their degree in a timely fashion. And the average debt of Texas students is still lower than the national average. And our goal, and our proper goal, is to make sure that remains the case.